Welcome to part 5 of the Super Mario Galaxy Let's Play. So now that we're done with the Terrans, we are heading on to the Fountain. Basically this game's World 2. And, well, this is probably one of the only World 2s that surprisingly isn't desert based. Well then again, it isn't until New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I think, where... You know how, like, in the newer Mario games it reuses, like, assets from Mario 3, like first world, green, second level, desert, and so on and so forth. But enough of my ranting, we are now heading on to Space Junk Galaxy. And this is actually where we're gonna be encountering one of our first secret stars in the game. Sometimes when you're in galaxies, apart from the main mission, certain missions will actually have secret stars for you to find. Usually the case is basically a Hungry Luma, but it's also... You also want to take other paths and you'll find a hidden star there. That's basically how the hidden stars work. Pole stars, again, just use your pointer, point at the blue stars and Mario will be pulled there. It's simple. Well, this game honestly uses the motion controls rather well. Well, it's nothing like Sonic and the Secret Rings or Sonic and the Black Knight, or any Wii port game, or any ported games that were on the Wii, where it utilized heavy motion controls. Here you use the nunchuck to move. And the only motion controls needed are the spin, which uses various things, whether you're wall jumping, long jumping, or even as an attack. Well, I guess the pointer controls, those count for something, but it's mostly motion controls. Mostly the spin attack. In terms of favorite musical pieces, I actually do like how Space Junk Galaxy sounds. When I see this galaxy, I can't help to feel that there used to be inhabitants, and it's like those little robot guys that you find later on in the game, and used to work here. But now it's all empty and dead. At least that's what I get. You know, I get like a whole abandoned, lifeless, creepy, something like well, actually, the Valhalla from Metroid Prime 3 will be a bad example, but you know what I'm talking about. They have a lot of areas like these have a lot of atmosphere, where you can just take it in. Alright, here we basically, in order to get the power star here, we actually have to collect 5 silver stars. So it's kind of like the red coins, only there's only 5 silver stars. And yes, this game doesn't abuse the red coins like Sunshine did. And the gimmick here is basically, the path will actually, you're on a set path, but it's invisible. Well, now I say invisible, well, in terms of programming, it's invisible. Well, the only way it actually appears is that these platforms will actually move in a certain spot, and it'll create a path for you. The best advice I can give is, don't go too fast, otherwise you'll overshoot and you'll fall into the black hole below. Well, because I think, well, I would know for sure on your first time playing, but again, you'll overshoot stuff, and you might, on your first time playing, you might not know where the platforms are gonna land, or where they're gonna warp to. And so, just take some precautions and take your time. Just take your time. That's what you should do, right? At least I hope so. Yep. Folks, I'm gonna be tackling one galaxy at a time. It's gonna be, again, a beefy Let's Play. Just a really, really beefy Let's Play. Yeah, I might as well open it up. Of course, we have 2 more stars to go for. And that'll... well, actually, 4 more stars for this little galaxy. And now we're heading into Camella's airship attack. We're actually gonna be fighting a boss here. Yeah, we're definitely fighting a boss. As I'm overthinking. I'm just overthinking. This, in terms of platforming here, it's actually all not that hard. You just gotta watch where you're jumping. And even then, it's kind of hard not to fall off. Also, the music that you're hearing in the background is a rendition of the Super Mario Bros. 3 airship theme. It's kind of nice, I like that. In this little section, it's good to point out that in that section, it's where they now teach you to use the spin jump. Use the spin attack as like some sort of jumping maneuver. It could... who knows, this could have been one of the first stages. I may be lying, but then again, because there's one thing interesting about the beta of Super Mario Galaxy is that I believe in one of the galaxy that they have you playing, there's a lot of there's some unused planets, but there's also, it also takes bits and pieces from other galaxies and putting them into one enlarged, well, galaxy. And I think Mega Lake, like the final boss of the Terrans, was the ending finale of that galaxy. You know, it's interesting to note. I'm not gonna lie. In this little section, we basically have to stomp on the Koopa shells, and basically we can pick them up and throw them at projectiles. The properties that actually do depend on the color shell, by the way. If it's a green shell, then it'll just work like a normal projectile. The red ones actually home in on your target, so they pretty much work similarly how the shells basically work on Mario Kart logic. Like, too bad there's no blue shell little thing we can use to pick up and throw as a projectile. This way you can use it to beat a boss. Or just a level nuke. Just a level nuke. Then again, and I would dread to see the blue shell. But anyway, this boss fight right here, it basically she'll fire fireballs from her magic wand, and then afterwards she will fire a Koopa shell, where you can then use to pick it up and throw it at her. After like the first 2 hits, she'll actually summon two magic Koopas to actually attack you, but they're really easy to avoid and kill. Again, it's a very easy boss, as it's, well, granted, I can imagine this boss giving people really a lot of trouble, during a Daredevil run. Wink, wink. Then again, it's really not that bad, but still. Oh, I wonder why we're back here. I think I know why we're back here. Then again, I should know why we're back here. Okay, yeah. Here we have Prankster Comets. Now, the reason why I said we're leaving this dome for now is because you can actually go back to some galaxies and you'll have certain challenges. they are in the form of Prankster comets. I'm not going to be doing the one in the Terrans now, honestly, because I kind of want to get the fountain out of the way. But Prankster comets vary from a lot of things. You got speedrun comets, you got daredevil comets, it's all that jazz. Or racing comets. But I'm not going to show that off just yet. The mission we're actually going to be heading to now is this mission actually has 2 power stars we can get. Unfortunately though, since this game sorta works on Mario's Sunshine logic, once you do get a power star, you can't continue on throughout the galaxy. You're pretty much sent back to the hub world. It's kind of annoying, really. It's just really annoying. And I think we are doing the secret mission, actually. I think we are doing the secret mission first, just so I can get it out of the way. These spider enemies, I don't think you can stomp on them, but you can spin attack them. It will work. Like, this little planet right here actually has a little secret. If you duck and use the ducking spin attack on top of the launch star, like that, you'll actually clip through the glass, and it's a shortcut. Like, you'll actually screw over the collision detection. Yeah, for some reason this game pretty much has collision detection problems. Like, you'll be able to go through areas where you're not supposed to, which is why it's possible to get inside the Toad ships. Although then again, why would you want to go into the Captain Toad ships? Has anyone played a Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker? Cause what do I think of it? Meh, it's a thing. I mean, I would really hate to hear Toad's voice because it's so high pitched. It's so high pitched and annoying. And it's something that you'll want to hear through the whole game. Wow, that was bad. That actually kills my throat. Anyway. Oh, why did I move? There we go. Shoot it like an AK-47, and we have our, well, secret planet that we're gonna be heading to. And it's Yoshi. I guess it's just there to make up for the fact that Yoshi's not in the game. But all it is basically his save file model with a wood texture to it. Now here we pretty much have to stomp all of the Goombas. And that's how we basically just have to stomp all the Goombas. It's actually very possible, well, because like in the 2D games, if you stomp on 8 enemies in a row, well, you actually get an extra life. Now, if you'll notice that there's actually a counter, I think we're coming up to it, I believe. Yeah. And once that counter gets to 8, you'll actually get an extra life, just like in the 2D games. Well, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Although I never get 8. I never get 8 in a row. Oh, I just can't do it. I guess it's because of how the planet is shaped. And that's it. That was this mission. The mission's name is Yoshi's Unexpected Appearance, and that's pretty much the mission. Yeah, it's a short mission. It's nothing too bad in terms of length. Although it is hard to get all 8 Goombas in a row. Something I have never done to this day. Okay, I think... Why haven't I cut back? Heck, where I left off? Well... Oh, coincidentally, we have a comet mission to do. So, And this one is the Red Comet, which is basically speedy comets. Speedy comets are basically, in a nutshell, go through the level under a set time limit. It's not like Galaxy 2 where you actually have added clocks in order to boost your time. And here it's more of a set time limit. Oh yeah, I'm just I'm just checking my battery. Make sure it doesn't die on me during the playthrough. That would suck if that actually happened. In terms of things that are changed, well, besides the obvious color filter, oh yeah, this is totally different. But in all fairness, the courses rarely change. Like there's not even like a noticeable change. In some, I think boulders are changed to chain chomp, rolling chain chomps. And some coins are placed, like in that beginning of the level with that little slit, with that tube that you're going on. Basically, you know what I'm talking about. There's really not much change. Like there wasn't really much effort. You just have to get to the level under a set time limit. Although stuff like that can happen in this level, or where gravity will be messing with you. Hopefully I don't go back from the very start, or just like in the normal mission. Oh, well, I actually got lucky there. But just like in the regular mission, we have to rescue all these toads from their icy prison, even though... Can we just leave them there? Like, couldn't we just leave them all frozen? Because that's what I would want. Because I wouldn't want to hear their annoying voices again, and so Toad doesn't get his own game. Because I never want to hear that. I never want to hear that voice again. It's very, very annoying. And just like in the original mission, we pretty much had to rescue these silvers, get the 5 silver stars, and that'll be the mission. I don't think I'll ever cut things close in the time trial galaxies. At least time trial missions, I should say. Oh yeah, one little note though. In terms of the time limit, if you get in missions like these where you do a specific task just to get a power star, the timer doesn't stop. Like, I can understand, well, it's kind of no duh when it's the speedy comets, but in terms of like other missions, specifically the purple coin missions, which I won't talk about until we get to them, purple coin, if you get all the coins and then the power star appears, the timer actually, he will not stop, so you still have to get to the star or under the time limit. Otherwise, you have to do the entire process all over again. That's fun, right? Alright, now we're actually doing the main mission. Finally. And this is how we're actually introduced to sling pods. How do you use these sling pods? There you go. That's how you use them. No, I'm kidding. Basically, you jump into the sling pod and you use your pointer to aim. You use your pointer and hold down the A button and aim in one direction. Like pull back, like with the pointer controls, and Mario will be launched in the opposite direction. So basically, Mario will be catapulted. And that's how we're gonna be treated to a boss fight. This upcoming boss right here. And of course it doesn't work. I guess I guess the heads of toads are basically bouncy. I can only imagine. Alright, so now we have Tarantulox, I think. Basically, he's gonna shoot out acid. And so you obviously want to avoid the acid. But you can also use the sling pods to hit the green spot that are all over this guy. But the one that you want to aim for is the one on his butt. And hit that part, and he'll flip over. Which will reveal three more swelling areas for you to hit. However, you want to be fast with this because of him moving like that, like twitching really fast. It's obviously a sign that he'll be getting back up. I don't know if these swelling points will respawn and you have to do it over again, or if it'll stay. All I know is that you have a certain time frame to make it, so don't screw up. Also, now in the second phase, all the areas are actually gonna be spewing out acid, and so it's gonna be somewhat of a cluster. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, that is. Just three more, actually, just one more swelling point to go, and that's a boss fight. Pretty much bring it to the sun. I think that is it. Okay, I think that is it for oh crap, brain fart. That is the end of part 5, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys for part 6.